Hello, hello, and welcome to VFX and Chill. And this is actually a special episode that we are calling VFX and Grill because we are going to grill the videos sent in by users and skewer them with our. It might be a little much. Hey, is that Michael over there?
This is Michael over here. Hello.
Hey,
I'm
what's
very
up, man?
excited about this episode. I like being able to absolutely roast people for their terrible I'm just kidding. We're excited to see what you all have to do this week.
Absolutely. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for sending in all of your lovely submissions. We actually are just trying to stay on top of all of this, which is uh, yeah, we have entries flowing in from all over the place, so we are quite excited. Now, first, I guess first and foremost, can everyone hear us?
Yeah, they said there was no music on the intro, but they can hear us.
Oh, unusual. Well, that's what happens when you are missing Seth Worley, who has been running our stream. Seth Worley is on vacation, so this week it's Michael and me, but we thought that we would also love to add more voices to the mix, just, to heckle and make fun of all of your hard work. Just joking. Please welcome, and I hope this all works, the very lovely and talented Elly Wade from our own training team.
Hey everyone, hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Welcome, welcome. I'm
I'm
going to turn
excited.
off our little theater thing there. So, welcome to this very exciting episode of VFX and Grill. Basically, last week we asked users who like the show or who do visual effects work to submit clips that they would like us to look at and react to on the show. And while I thought that we might have been able to, I would have gone through all of these beforehand and ordered them or something like that, we will actually just genuinely be reacting to them one at a time as they come up, which should be exciting. So, another quick check. Can everybody hear all of us?
There is an echo from Ellie, but otherwise we are good.
All right, let me see if I can solve that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. We've got.
And we can't hear anything from Content Aware Phil, but he's probably just he's sitting
He's
so
just
far back
he's just contemplating
that
stuff. He's analyzing. He just likes to analyze stuff. All right, we had echo from Ellie. Ellie, you are part of the wonderful Maxon training team and are very, very competent in Cinema 4D, Redshift, and have been doing an amazing exploration of various techniques and things on the Maxon training team YouTube channel, which are
That is
lovely.
true. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, diving into a lot of C4D and Redshift lately.
Absolutely.
But,
And also, you may look familiar to some of our users because I could swear that you made some kind of international debut in a very big way
oh
recently.
yeah, I was on this little thing for Apple.
small fruit themed.
That yeah, just small company. Yeah, no, that was it was an amazing experience.
Hey!
It was, very cool. Hey there.
It's amazing. So you were part of this video for the Apple release. Was it last week, 2 weeks ago? That's pretty,
yeah, a couple weeks ago.
very, very cool. So,
It was
very
pretty crazy experience. Yeah, having a bunch of people at my house and just doing something that I've not really done before.
so what was the
Just
process
like
like for that? What does Apple do if they're going to come film you to be part of an Apple release?
They just sent like an entire crew pretty much to my house, which was quite cool.
They warned you ahead of
yeah.
time what they were up to?
I didn't really know. I knew kind of like how many people were coming, and that was that was it. But for me, yeah, they like the food that they bring and they get in was like makes it all worth it.
They bring food.
I'm kidding. It was great.
It's still,
they get like food in.
It's still a really bad echo from Elly, Hash.
What?
Like it's very hard to hear her. It's like it's like immediately doubled. I don't know if she needs to mute something on her end or what's going on.
I am guessing it's because I am trying to allow people to hear the clips. So let me see.
Elly and I don't need to hear them. We're judging the visual effects and the audio. While in real life is extremely important, the audio for judging the visual effects part is not necessarily important. But for the actual, just as a pro tip, you guys, don't, and girls and others, don't just focus on the visuals of your visual effects. While that's what we're looking at today, you, as the visual effects artist who's probably doing everything, needs to also be a good sound designer, because video is like it's both auditory and visual, and hearing is about half of it. So you do need to focus on the audio. But today we're going to be focusing mostly on the visuals. But don't let that be like, fool you into thinking that the audio isn't important.
I think over it.
All right. So okay.
Little drum on the deck.
I think I'm figuring out what I've done here. So I'm going through to try to.
When she said you could beatbox, the echo seems to have gone away.
Lovely. Okay. So I'm gonna turn.
Elly, say more words.
We love the reverb if we're talking about sound design, but maybe not so much if we're actually trying to hit me.
Excellent. All right. Well, let me see if when we turn around here. Oh, this is a lovely screening room. I like that. This looks like a lovely. It's a very large screen in the private theater, and
I'm loving my alien hands.
Lovely. We can do some like shadow puppetry over here. But the other thing to test over here is, Elly, do you echo in when we switch to this camera held by baby Grogu back there? Does Elly have an echo?
Do we have an echo?
And now we get to wait for 20 seconds while the stream catches up with us. Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
She does not have an echo in that shot.
Yay! This was a very well thought through OBS setup, and not at all something I came up with like an hour ago and was pretty sure I could get working in time.
The chat wants to know which one of us is Crow.
Well, Crow I think would be Seth Worley, because I have a hard time distinguishing the two from each other. So, they both got the swoop and the eyes and the beak, and so I think I don't know. I feel like Michael could easily be our Tom Servo. Oh, what have we got there? It looks like Korg. Incredible.
Yeah, you can't see me nodding. I'm a silhouette. Yes,
a silhouette.
That was my hand shadow. Shall we try looking at a visual effects shot or two?
Let's do it. Okay, first up on the docket, because I have these somewhat alphabetically, but also I'm going to start floundering in a moment because they're all in multiple directories. We have Blake Rizzo. ATC is what it's called. I believe that stands for Air Traffic Control or Controller. I'm not sure. But Blake, thank you for sending in this work. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two files. I'll maybe play both of them. We have one that's called the runway shot, 2,000 millimeter runway shot, and then a bonus airport shot. I don't know if I am able at all to play their audio, so I will try. And if not, we'll just view them because it's a visual effect thing. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Seth Worley is in the chat.
The audio does come through, by the way, on YouTube.
American 2048, continue taxi to runway 37 right. You are cleared for takeoff.
Ooh, look at that little bit of seasonal context. Well, that was lovely. All right, initial reactions, everybody.
Oh, initial reaction is fantastic. I love the heat distortion. Love the lighting. Like everything is so good on this.
Really cool.
Like one or two of those shots, you'd like it's just they're good. Like they're it's nice. It's flavorful. That heat distortion is just really pleasant.
Let me see. So
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. It looks incredible.
this.
I like
That shot,
the
this
lighting
shot,
as well.
this is the shot I love so much.
That is incredible. Also, just that reveal too. Like there's tension in this reveal to me. That's so cool. Just seeing that huge aircraft come in like that. And this is a really cool use of a super huge lens that I know in real life there have been a couple of shots like this. I think Patrick Willems did a really fun breakdown of an airport landing shot. Oh, now I'm forgetting what it is from. Michael, help me find that. It's I can't remember what movie. It was either nuts. I don't remember. It was a similar airport landing shot where it needed to have the skyline of New York in the background and a plane aligned with it, and the video is a very exciting breakdown of how that was basically just a huge budgetary exercise in the power the filmmaker could flex. But back to this shot, I love the atmosphere and the compression that you get just out of the screen size. It really compresses that space and makes this tense feeling.
Yeah, this shot I don't like as much. Zooming into the tower just because I don't know, zooms don't happen in film very much, or in home movies anymore because everyone's shooting on their phones. So like zoom like that is just odd to see kind of now, unless you're at a sporting event.
And that's true. And let me pull up the these other shots. This I thought was a lot of fun. I think there is some light camera shake in there. I know that as a visual effects artist, my instinct would be to throw in camera shake, but then overdo it and then have to be told to pull it back. But
Hey, go back to that last shot. Are the struts glowing blue on that when it comes open? It looks like they're like glowing blue, like almost lightsabery.
oh, let's see. Oh, they do. Now, Michael actually probably has the best the aircraft knowledge of all of us. Have you been in this location on an aircraft before, Michael?
I personally have not been in that location, though
Ah,
I have most of my aircraft experience is on rotary wing aircraft, not fixed wing aircraft.
that is lovely. Now, Ellie, if you were setting up a shot like this, how would you treat this foreground object versus the background when assembling it? Because I feel like I either focus on one or the other, but I never marry an environment and or rather a massive looking 3D environment with a foreground object. And I don't know if this is all composited together in post or if you would set this up as one project. Oh, you're over here. I'm sorry.
I guess it depends the experience that you have. So to me, it would probably be easier to do like the carrier in 3D,
Hmm.
like me personally speaking, to do that shot and then comp it into like already the background, which is like the landscape here. But you could do the same thing. You could create the entire landscape in like cinema and then have the whole shot in cinema. But that would then be potentially a lot more work that doesn't need to be done if you have this shot already.
That's true. I'm trying to look for hints, like in the airplane's reflectivity that indicate that the lighting is turning with it or letting us know that it's in that environment.
Yeah. Do you think it's all?
I can tell that at least the environment is being rotated around that thing. I think that Blake might be in the chat, so please advise
Blake is
us.
in the chat, but Blake may be hiding
I want
because
to know.
someone noticed the lightsaber struts. and is now in shame.
That's
Now, no, I mean, I don't think like if I were doing this, my first thought would be just put it all in the same shot, but you you don't need to, and it might be easier to have like if you're working on if it was just you yourself, I might do it all in the same shot. But if you have a team of people, someone else will be working on the landscape, someone else will be working on getting the plane model right, and so long as they're moving roughly close together, you could do everything in comp later, and it would actually get done quicker that way, I would think. Because there's no like really chromy reflections on the underside of the aircraft, so you don't need it to actually be reflecting what's actually there in the background scene at all. So you could just get roughly close and you're good.
I like that. I think that's how I would have treated this as well. So then we've got this wide shot, and I do
Of
happen.
course he wants to know, Blake. Of course he
I was
wants
going
to
to
know.
say, I want to know.
Yes, let us know, and we'll report it to the people here. So this wide shot, I do know that Blake spent a ton of time building this airport to end up in this, like between
That
trying to marry a
go back to
handful
that
of models and
go back to that shot of the heat off the back of the engine.
oh
It's
my
just so
gosh,
it's just so liquidy and swimmy.
it is beautiful. Let's see. So right here,
That one.
look
Look
at
at that
that.
heat coming off the back.
That is so beautiful. Ellie, how would you treat doing something like this heat distortion? Because I know how I would do it in post, but I do not know how I would set it up if I wanted it to really be in in a shot like this.
Wow.
I mean, I think you would do a probably a pass doing some sort of like if I were doing it, I'd do a fluid sim if I wanted to be like really like
Yeah.
gorgeous, and then use that in post to do the distortion because you can't really heat distort
Yeah,
like
it's
that in Redshift.
yeah, it's the distorted kind of reflection that is baffling to me. It's incredible. So
That
yeah, it would be some kind of like fluid sim to get the correct kind of like particle animation. So maybe like some X particles level stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I do explosion X particles, and I would do
Yeah.
instead of rendering the fire and the smoke, I'd render the temperature pass and use
Yeah.
that to drive the distortion if I were doing it.
oh my goodness, that's more advanced than
Yeah.
anything that I would know how to do. I would
I mean, you could do it with particular. Like you could use the fluid simulation in particular in After Effects and do a distortion like this. You could. It would be. Yeah, I've seen people do some amazing stuff. I was gonna say it wouldn't be quite this good, but I see people do amazing stuff in particular. So I'm not gonna say never on that one.
I'll also point out, and I loved this about the earlier wide shot. Look at the amazing bokeh happening to everything in the background here. That's a really great, just effect of of a telephoto lens trying to film something like this and getting.
Now, can you do that pretty easily in Redshift? Ellie, I'm asking, not Hashi.
Yeah, you'd be able to create that kind of bokeh effect inside Redshift camera and Redshift camera tag. But it does look beautiful. Yeah, you could do a similar effect. But yeah, I'm blown away by this, to be honest.
Well, we love it, Blake. Thank you so much for sending this in. The heat wave is
Chris,
it's actually steam from a
Have you
tea
seen-
kettle.
awesome. So you
Even
shot steam from a tea
cooler.
kettle on a black background, backlit, and then use that to drive the distortion. Fantastic. That is a great way to do that. Chris,
That is
you
the
were-
best thing
we-
I've heard.
Chris, you can't do directional heat distortion. It's just overall heat distortion, like what you get shooting in desert. And we also, Universe has a heat distortion plugin as well, I believe, somewhere.
Absolutely.
But
Somewhere
Blake
it's
says the foreground airplane is Element 3D. The background is entirely a 3D render made out of text with a model made with textured satellite imagery, and the Mount Rainier in the shot is comped in with After Effects from a drone photo that Blake shot.
oh my gosh. Let's see. So wait, here's an example of there's the universe heat wave plugin. Oh my gosh, we get since Ellie is watching the show live, look at this. We get interactive Ellie lighting right as it comes out of this. That was amazing. I really enjoy that.
Nice.
All right, enough with that transition. Let me hide that away, and let's move on to our next clip from. And I regret not having a better titling system to show these on screen, so I apologize. But this is from.
We really should be able to put up the artist's Instagram or whatever too, if we if we were professionals.
Blake, let us know. We'll
Yes.
shout it out.
And yeah, Michael got a lot of this prepped for me, and I was like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of the rest of it." And I failed you all. I'm so sorry. So
Someone had to make that cool VFX and Grill graphic.
that's true. That broke my computer because of the solids with masks for the barbecue grill lines. They, for whatever reason, absolutely destroyed my render. Just the solids with feathered masks on them. When I looked at Oscar Go to see what was slowing down my comp, solids with masks. I don't know why. Next, I believe we have. I'm guessing from the file name, something from a Ford commercial. This is sent in by Chris Hewer, and we're gonna check this out for the first time.
Clinton and Ford have had a long relationship. Over the last 90 years, they've had 8 different owners, 4 different locations with 5 different showrooms.
And it's about time we make it 6. Hit it, girlfriend.
Wait a second.
We've been working extra hard to bring you the best car buying experience anywhere. Welcome to your brand new performance.
All right. I'm just gonna go cut back to here for a second because because I
It's so good.
because I started off
I
being
wish
like,
you got our facial
oh,
reaction
okay.
to that bit, because I think we were all like,
All right, we're putting our faces on screen for the rest of these reacts. But I was like, okay, I've seen some, like, this is neat, and I like some of like the old-timey film. I was trying to get things ready to say about that, but and then got blindsided by it. Okay. So check this out. Let's just watch the full shot one more time. We've got boom. Really good job. First of all, I love that we get to know who is about to do this action. So you're in the moment and he's like, hit a girlfriend, and I'm not at all expecting that this is what is about to follow. So the first thing I'll say about this is a really cool daytime explosion look. I mean,
Yes.
I feel like that's ambitious and uncommon in movies. I feel like they prefer like a golden, time or like slightly darker area so you can make the reflections of the explosion pop and stuff like that. But this is a really confident composite here.
And with good reason. It's fantastic for a local car commercial. This is beyond next level for a local. I don't know what the local car commercials are where you all are at, but mine are nothing
They're
like
not
this.
as good. Now, I believe that Chris shared a little bit of how
Yes, there's a breakdown
video.
Yes.
Let me see if I have it in this folder or if I need to find it somewhere else.
Chris is in the chat and says this is Action VFX footage, and Action VFX actually did shoot these giant explosions on sunny day, so it does make sense that they would be working in that shot.
All right. Oh, okay. This is going to look mildly janky, but I can at least bring over a browser for a second to let people know who sent in all of these bits. All right. So Chris Hewer, follow him at Freefall FX.
Freefall FX
on Twitter. And
scroll back down. Let's see it.
let's check this out. All right. So here's a breakdown. I don't know how to hide my. There we go.
So there's several simulation passes happening for different parts. You got the bricks going, you got the frames of the door going. I love that the letters blew off separately for forward. Like having the letters just kind of bouncing like that.
Oh, what have I done?
Scroll up.
Scroll up.
Down. There you go.
Professional show, everybody.
So there's all the action VFX elements comped in, the different explosion elements, and they all comped it together to make the boom. Then that got put over top of boom.
That is so great.
I'm guessing that last bit was a actual photograph of the new dealership, the old dealership. Sorry, because the whole point of this is it's old dealership. Boom, we got a brand new dealership. I'm guessing that was a photo of the actual old dealership that they comped that in over top of.
That is a lot of fun.
The detail of like the building exploding with the different, like you were saying, the different passes, those different simulations is I think what makes this look so kind of realistic.
It does. And I mean, it's funny because pausing and knowing that this whole element is being simulated, broken apart. First of all, there was attention paid to how the different pieces would come apart. I mean, you've got, actually, I don't know if you can see my cursor. You can't see my cursor. So, but I love the way the white part of the building is a bunch of panels of wood and framing. And so when it blows apart, it has some intentionality behind it. I usually go with like the default Voronoi fracture. And so everything becomes glass when it explodes. What other ways do you like to take on destruction if you do things like that in a video, aside from like a Voronoi fracture? Or what are some new ways that we can do that nowadays?
Other than, I guess Voronoi fracture is the kind of standard C4D way of exploding things apart. But I'm wondering if Michael, you may know this better than I do. If you could use the like explosion effects simulation as a way of kind of dynamically breaking something apart.
Excellent question. Yes. So there's a bunch of ways to do it. I think doing it the way that Chris did it, using like basically a cloner to set up the bricks and a cloner to set up the planks, and then just kind of generically pushing them is fine. But you could use an explosion simulation to advect particles, and then use those particles in a particle-to-particle simulation with the rigid body physics inside of X particles. So you could drive it all at once. You don't need to, because it's just gonna look great anyway, because you're getting fire all over the place. So you don't need to have it actually driven by the explosion, but you could. And like for this shot, you couldn't. But for some shots, you might need to. But yeah, you can advect particles with explosion, and then you could use those particles with give them a lot of extra mass in the rigid body simulation stuff in X particles, and you could do it. One of the things I like that Cinema 4D added, because when Voronoi Fracture first came out, it was all very Voronoi looking, but then they added an update, I think the very next release, where you could make it like stretched, so it's more like wood splinters, so you could have it blow through wood and make it like splinter the wood. In this case, we just have the planks flying everywhere, but you could make it blow through like a wooden, like a trunk of a tree or something like that, and actually have it look splintery instead of like glass fractures, which is pretty cool and was a pretty important addition to the Voronoi fracture object in Cinema 4D.
Chris says that he definitely worked harder, not smarter on this, which I love. That's my way. Speaking as a person who just before the show, and the reason why I'm not more prepared today was because I was trying to do my own physics simulation for the title of being flipped on a grill, and simulations are not my thing. I tried so hard. I'm even using like a cool, I don't know. I thought that it would look like a cool like floppy steak being like.
I like it like this.
This really speaks more to the theme of the show. So yeah, take all of my advice about what you've done with this grain of seasoning
that in
salt.
mind.
All right.
Hashi, I might walk through you later why this didn't work well, because I see a couple of problems already.
Gosh. Thank you. So
was a good try, though. I really appreciate the effort.
It was fun.
A for
And
effort.
speaking of fun, I think that we should move to our one of our next submissions. Let me see if I can pull up the full video because I really enjoy. Dun, dun. Pardon me, I might need to go to YouTube for this because I only have the clips individually broken out here.
And while Hashi's playing that up, I want to mention that Chris did not make the genteel old lady and the unquestionable star of that commercial have to sit in a car and do a power slide. The camera dollied around the car, and they just comped in the background in flames to make it look like the car was doing the power slide into the shot. But the old lady was not put into harm. The adorable elderly lady was not in harm's way.
Oh, well, I like it
those,
less now.
Those who might have been concerned.
I love the cut from like the old lady to the explosion.
Because you're like, oh, what's she gonna do?
It's so
Drive away? Because you first think, oh, they're talking about the old, we've been here a while, we're trying something new. You think she's gonna be peeling out, pulling away from the old dealership, going to the new one, which she is, but way better. Chris, how did you talk them into letting you do that? Just if you can answer that in the chat real quick. Like, did you talk them into doing that? Or did they come to you and be like, listen, we want Granny to do a massive explosion? Like, how did that? While Hashi's looking up,
How did
this
that
thing,
pitch happen?
Yeah, tell us how that happened. We're very curious.
Exactly. All right, so yeah, pardon my framing here. Let's see if we can make it. Oh, come now. All right, there we go. So this one is called Walkie's Day, and I'm going to play it through. I think echoes will come up when I try to play the audio through, but I'll try to remember to turn them off right afterward. Oh my gosh. So the premise here clearly... Oh, look at that.
The emotion.
Oh, I love this.
I love this. Great. Thirsty. Saying hi to the old friends.
The old Franz. The old Franz.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He's gonna throw him in that pond. Oh, he's an honorable plant. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to watch that one again. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Okay, that last shot was. Oh, hi, hi, Granny.
Back to Granny. All right.
That last shot is probably the most convincing one of the whole thing. Where it's silhouetted.
Oh, let me see if I can get back to the. Whoa, no. Oh, that is. Oh, it's playing on my other screen here. Bear with me, folks. I just want to show off the cool work of this community.
Yeah, that shot.
see, I'm not doing it justice with this framing here, but oh, that's great.
That one looks like that's like really convincing. I think my problem with this. Hang on. Let me start over. Fantastic concept, amazing execution, great job. The green color of the plant is my only problem. Like my only main problem. Well, there's two problems. The green color of the plant is often off just a bit, which sometimes is good because it helps set it off when he's walking in front of other plants, but it just seems a little too saturated. And then when you cut back to the actual real plant, it's a different color. And the second problem is when he's rolling on the ground, you don't see the lighting change. That shot, it looks slightly reflective, and it doesn't quite. I don't know. The lighting isn't quite right on that shot. Some of these shots, but oh my gosh, overall, this is hilarious and overly like it's too well done. Like something is. I love when something that's really, really, really silly is just done well, and this whole piece is really silly and really done.
I mean, this is exceptional. I love that. I did a tutorial on the movie Onward, where I was trying to erase the top half of a person's body as they ran around. And it's similar to any Invisible Man kind of effect, trying to make a pair of pants run around. And clearly something like that is going on here too, where we've got what I think is the actor performing this bit with maybe a green face mask on, so he can put his hand in front of this area. I also can't tell if another way you could do this is you could build an armature that was a puppeted version up here. But in that case, why not put the real plant in the armature and just have your Muppet Muppet hand come up in frame or something like that. But my guess is head replacement for this, and that these are the real shoulders.
Ellie, how would you set up a plant to be able to move with some realistic?
You
wobble?
read my mind. Be the one thing that I would want to see here is as he's moving, have those the stems and the leaves sort of animating along with him. I guess you could just make them. You could make them dynamic in C4D.
Like a dynamic IK, so they kind of stay, or like dynamic spline stuff where it kind of goes with it and just bounces a bit.
Yeah. So, and you could have it where it's just got a little bit of that bounce and that movement, so it's not too kind of crazy. And then sort of with those steps, I think if it would just sort of bounce.
You could do hair. You could do Cinema 4D hair, and instead of rendering the hair, use it as a cloner, because you can put geometry along hair spline or along hair. So if you made a pretty stiff hair that would just sit there like this, then when you moved the head geometry around, it would bounce fairly right. You would have to make it have a little bit more drag than normal because it's got leaves on it. That would work.
You could do it with most spline, with most splines as well, and you get a similar kind of thing. You just have the splines, and you could make them dynamic. And
Hashi, who made this piece?
This is David from Sheep Films. Let me find your full name, David. I'm again in my weird world of too zoomed in or too zoomed out browsers. I'm trying to shove
I do love it though. I
browser.
think the story of this is hilarious, and I love to see things like this, anything with a bit of sense of humor.
This is all right. Let's see where. Michael, I'm gonna.
David from Sheep Films on Twitter. Love this piece. It is criminally underviewed. There's only 2,000 views on that. Not fair. It should be more like 2 million.
Yes, please pop over to the YouTube and give this a view there as well. It's called. I'll bring up the full YouTube page here so we can see it better. So we've got it's Walkie's Day by Sheep Films. That's the logo right there. And Red Giant is now subscribed to you. Look at that. All right, we also have one of our first entries that I'm going to pull up onto screen right now from Captain Disillusion, friend of the show, and I'm just going to bring this up so we can analyze this first submitted VFX clip right here. I don't think it was sent with sound. I don't think. Nope, no sound. So we're just gonna have to judge this on the on the visuals themselves. Elly, first impressions.
I think it's amazing. If it's not soft body dynamics, I don't know what it is, because that kind of like squidge and stretch and the little like jiggle.
Now, how it looks like it has additional motivation to leap out of frame here. If you were doing this with soft body dynamics, where do the keyframes go, and what informs the movement and what is automated or what is simulated?
I'm wondering if there's some kind of like object or something that's connecting to the head that then pulls it and is obviously not being seen, because it does look like there must be something maybe that's using like some kind of like connector in C4D, one of like the forces, and is pulling that, I would say.
I like it though.
It's
Because it happens
wobbly
so
and
like
jiggly.
aggressively, and I mean that in a good way.
It is very viewable.
The texture as well. I know we're talking a lot about kind of the like VFX process, but this texture is pretty great.
It's quite
It's a great
to create
shader.
something like that.
It looks
to be that
100% like
realistic.
a gummy bear.
it
Yeah.
is. There's no mistaking that.
Yeah, and we all know that like subsurface scattering is not exactly the most fun thing to play with.
So if you want to follow this guy, kind of obscure, Captain Captain Disillusion. We know Captain. All right, so follow the Captain, and if you don't know who Captain Disillusion is, watch our episode. It's probably the best way to get to know him, not his super viral YouTube channel with billions of views and deconstructions of other visual effect shots. But whichever way you want to go get to know him, go do that. Next up, let's see. We have.
I love just having this plant shot be our background every time. I'm on board with that.
All right. Here we have. Is it David Gruyer? I don't know how to. I've never said your name out loud. Gruyer? Oh, we've got a breakdown in this one too.
I agree with the statement.
Overpainting, atmosphere, 3D elements. Oh, we've got the full breakdown here. Hologram effect. Ooh. That hologram effect looks a lot like some stuff you could do with point zoom and reflection from Universe and VFX Suite.
I love putting hand-drawn cartoon animations inside full 3D worlds like this too. It's so cool.
Wait, let me see if I can bring this. There we go. If the file name at least has it there.
I love this whole like built 3D scene as well.
So the whole
Amazing.
It's a built 3D scene, but instead of rendering out all the different animation in it, like the character and the shadow and the huge train that go through it, it's all being done in post.
Are all separate. Yeah.
So it's
clever because then you don't have to spend the huge amount of render time to make this volumetrically lit scene. You just render one frame and then you animate the other things through it and comp them, and it saves you potentially days of render time depending on what kind of render farm you have.
See, look at that. Yeah, why go back to 3D when you can just make problems go away in Photoshop? So yeah, this is there's usually a whole department called either paint fix or matte painting that in animated movies and probably regular movies now as well do this type of work, where honestly like the solution is just it would be easier to do this in Photoshop, but now we either use Nuke or After Effects and tracked camera and can paint things out of the shot that were a little bit of an error, add extra details like this. Marvel movies are very famous for them blasting a whole bunch of visual effect artists at a very small team at one shot, and it just lets them go wild on like adding sparks and little flame bits and smoke coming off the ends of wires, because you're not thinking about the whole. You get really hyper focused on just the one shot, and then they have in the incredible communication of a visual effects supervisor who can go through, take the massive amounts of visual effect detail you get in a Marvel movie and try to unify it under one look, which to me honestly is usually like a slight top layer of blur behind grayish yellow smoke is the easiest way to accomplish that. But very, very clever ways to blend all of these. I like this hologram that, let's see.
That does look an awful lot like universe point zoom.
Universe point zoom is wonderful. It's basically the opposite of your standard shine effect, which is really great. So you get to pick a point in the background and it'll automatically make it look like everything is being projected from that point like this. And then right after that happened, it looked like there was some reflection mirroring, and it's even being matted into, I'm assuming, what's supposed to feel like kind of wet, like water collected in the ground there.
What kind of pass would you need for that to happen? Just like an AOV of the bump map, Ellie?
Yeah, I'd say so. Because he's calling it a reflection matte. So unless it's just the reflection pass, that's what you could do you could do a reflection pass in Redshift, as well as I'm sure other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So you're like, this is the an AOV of the roughness map, because if you say here's the roughness of the floor, you pump that out as an AOV, so it drives how the floor is reflective in Redshift or whatever other render you're using. It could be Redshift because Redshift is in Blender, so they could be used.
That is true.
I don't know.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
so
Redshift
you pump the roughness map out as a render pass, so you've got your beauty that has the roughness making the thing happen, but then you have it for use in post, like they're doing here, to make the floor look reflective with their added elements as well.
Yeah, I'm
clever.
interested to know if they use different AOV passes, which they then comp together in Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the look in general. Little tiny cute. Look at this thing. Little. It's
adorable. Look at that
2D bendy leg creature, and putting them inside a stylized 3D scene like that is great.
Really wonderful. It's a really cool blending of a bunch of techniques. So absolutely, yeah. So here we go.
Gruyere
on Twitter. All right. And next up, we have Miles Massey from Instagram. Let me bring up what we've got here. Whoops, I've made it too big. Pardon me, everyone. Tech glitch the show. Ooh, here it's like a pure VFX kind of shot. We've got sequence 1. We've got sequence 2. Whoa, look at this one.
Wow.
Look, grayish.
I have
yellow
both
smoke
praise and comments.
All right. So first of all, before your comments, Michael, let me. I believe they included what source material they had to make these shots. So we've got. I think this is the source material. and these two shots are the result from there. So shot 1 and shot 2. All right.
All right.
So this is a from Miles Massey, a first attempt at a digital set extension using both Element 3D and Blender, which allows Redshift. We're agnostic over here about.
First of all, atmosphere is fantastic. Like, it all feels like very much like all part of the same scene. Like, I have no concerns there. There's a lot of elements, a lot of stuff happening, but your eye is able to follow the action, so it's laid out well. Like, the shots aren't confusing. Like, visually, you've got stuff where you can see it. I assume. I mean, I could be missing something that they meant for us to see, but like the dragon, you can see easily silhouetted against the sky. Like, it's well laid out, and the troll, whatever that thing is over there.
It's like reminded me of a rhino a little bit. Like there's like a mono horn in the front.
Yeah.
Which I love the argument for, just a side note, of how, hippos and rhinos are related to horses. And so at some point we had, an evolutionary branch of horses with a central horn emerging from their skull. Just as a real thing that existed
Like a
at one
unicorn.
point. Some kind of a unique horn.
Oh, Sheep Films is in the chat. Sheep Films, we loved your spot. Turn down the saturation of your leaves and make them bounce. So my issues here is, if you pause it here for a second, is an issue of scale mostly. Like, the fire scale is off a bit.
And
Like, those flames those are small flames, and they're on a building tall. Like, those flames need to be. You need to get either a larger scale fire element, or just make those smaller, so they're looking at the edge of the roof and not like taking over the whole roof. Those flames are like this tall, or this tall. They're not that tall for this shot.
I agree. Yeah, using trying to match flame scale throughout your comps is a very big giveaway of what the scale of the comp is, because even looking,
the foreground flames are fine.
These are great because these flames are about the size of these animal skulls, or maybe these were sentient monsters in this realm. But these background hills, there are action VFX and production crate, and even simulations are a great way to get different types of scales on fire like this. So I would just recommend to check those out. And
then I was gonna say something about the foreground skulls. I think they needed a little bit more detail in the bump maps. Like, they're a little too video gamey. Just a little bit.
And
I'm not sure what it is.
I couldn't quite tell if it was they are 3D. They're definitely 3D.
Yeah.
I was worried. I thought for a second it could have been a multi-planed artwork, but it's.
I do like the landscape, because I think a lot of people will agree creating realistic landscapes and the realistic texture can be one of the most challenging things, especially in this shot here, because to me they look fake when you try and create them, but this doesn't. And the atmosphere, like you were saying, Michael, and the rays that are coming through, I think it's great.
Very, very cool work. All right,
I mean, the whole shot is fairly monochromatic because it's all that orange,
like I said,
whatever lighting, but it works. You can see everything.
It's that Marvel third act lighting. We've got it. It's a look. I mean, it could be production design. Not dragging anyone. All right, let me see what we have next on the list. I believe I have a YouTube entry from
the artist. The artist of that one is in the chat. They say they were struggling with the fire, and now they're understanding now why they were struggling. And the skulls were done in Element 3D, and they said they're trying to figure out how to do better bump maps. Well, it makes sense.
We love that. Okay, so Red Focus Entertainment is the channel there, and I have them submitted. I imagine this is Miles Massey. Is that correct? You can answer me in the delayed chat, and I'll try to figure out a better way to let people know. All right. Next up, we've got this is called Attack of the Shopping Carts by, I believe, David Fairchild. I'm now trying to go through this crazy list of amazing entries we have. All right, let me turn up some sound so we can enjoy.
Oh, this is the one without the. Is this one without the visual effects? Yeah.
Okay,
This one without the
this
visual
is
effects. This is the video that went viral, and then they added in visual effects, sort of like someone else we know does that sort of thing.
I know that sounds like a. All right.
Yeah, I just put it in the Slack for you. The link is in the Slack for you.
Thank you much. I am a professional who knows how to do things.
So that was the original. Then there's the one. They've added visual effects and the theme from Star Wars, the Duel of the Fates. Hopefully we can reconnect to the stream without making a second
reconnection
stream.
successful. So hopefully that'll just be a freeze in the middle of the show for no good reason. And
There we go.
I think we're
Yep,
back,
it's back
up.
up.
See, that's what happens when you try to turn the stream sideways for these vertical videos. It was the wrong decision, but excellent. What I love about your approach here, David, is that whoops, wrong scroll bar. I believe that like there's the hard part of this is the rotoing and color matching going on for some of this stuff. But these earlier
Oh yeah, because it lights up orange.
and these earlier ones, it's clear that the gag was more important than the comping. I mean, it had to be matted out of the window, but the joke is, I mean, hearing the Wilhelm scream and seeing an explosion is just unexpected and funny in this. And so you did the exact right amount of work for this, which is it. As soon as it makes you laugh, like that's, that 95% of the work. And while you could be, one of these losers who sits there on his computer re-editing Twitter videos all day long to try to cover that last 5%, no one will care about the last 5%. So enjoy your actual life. So do that. Elly, do you get to enjoy doing your own projects on the computer or off the computer during these exciting Maxonian days?
Do you know, not so much. I would love to, because this stuff just looks like it's so amazing and it looks so fun. I wouldn't know how to even go about creating something like this. And so to me, all of this kind of stuff is just incredible. And whenever you see like these like funny things on Instagram and Twitter, I think it's great.
This is some wonderful stuff. All right, we're gonna keep that as the background for now. And Elly, I do want to throw out there, it's about whatever time, I don't know what time zones are, but I do know that your time is important and wanted to double check with you. So we will have Elly stay with us in the theater as long as she's able.
No, we're good.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. I'll let you know when I might have to jump off. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving
Lovely.
all these, so I don't wanna leave.
It's amazing. Yeah. Elly was kind enough to jump on very, very last minute, so we appreciate that. Next up, we have it looks like a reel from Instagram here. So let's see, Fede Puapulo. I'm not sure, but right here on Instagram, look that up, and let's check out this reel. I'll see if I can get the audio going for a second here.
Ooh, how long have you been dead, body? Gross, bloating, odors.
That's great.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Lovely. All right.
Wow, that was amazing.
So a whole lot of stuff covered in here. I'll play this through and just let us talk over it a bit. One of the things that really stood out to me is that it's very multidisciplinary, which is amazing. So it looks like
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot.
yeah, the comment, or I mean, the description, stuff is made with Maya, Spine, After Effects, Adobe Animate, Unreal, Unity, and Coco's 2DX and Pixie for motion graphics. So there's a lot of disciplines going on in here, which is amazing. It makes for a diverse reel, and I think that the more types of things you have experience with, it's very clear that each of them feed into the other. There was a moment where there was like an animated dog. I feel like it's coming up somewhere here, and I could tell that it was, like puppet tooled perhaps, but very expertly, because let's see, where's that? Where is that lovely dog?
If you're talking about the German Shepherd, I think that is a video of a dog puppeted to give it that little touch of motion. This is the whole, like, these are like full on 3D. There, that was it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's video of a dog. Puppet pin.
I don't think it's a video.
You don't? Look at it blink. Oh, hang on.
That's why. So check this out. Look.
If that's a photo of a dog, just a photo, that's amazingly well done.
I think this is a photo
Go frame by
slash
frame. Go
painting.
frame by frame.
Let's see how can we step through in.
It's like period and comma, I think. No.
I think either it's some form of lockdown on top of video. The way there have been a couple of cool, like, EB Synth or Lockdown by Chris Verano's demos that have this kind of thing. But I think watching the hair pattern and everything like that it is a carefully studied thing in keyframe animated. I think. But it's really good. But
It's hard. The fact that we can't tell for sure means it's good.
it's very good. That is wonderful. So again,
I mean,
yeah.
who was this that did this?
So
Fede?
Fede
Fede
Puopolo
Popolo.
from Argentina.
Listen, the opening shots with the really good good handle on overdone, like not overdone, but like exaggerated cartoon motion in the very beginning. With those like that was like okay, but then when he pops up and they do this part right here, that's so good. Like it's smooth. It's got the feel like you can feel the weight of the upper body. Like it's so great. And then you get the 2D stuff, which is like, oh, this is great game animation. And you've got the casino slot machine animations. You've got video game cinematic like vision. Like it's all good. This is a whole reel. It's full of just a wide variety of different techniques.
What I love about that first shot as well. So I can't hear the audio, but because of the way that he's animated their movement, I know how they feel and how they sound without being able to hear it, if that makes sense.
It's wonderful.
So well done.
So great job. Next up, I'm going to try dragging this over into here. We have Sam Diaz on YouTube. I'm going to try to see what I can do about cropping this nicely.
He's in the chat as well.
Oh, perfect. Well, we have a lovely, I think it's a full 11-minute short, so we will not get through all of this, but this is from, let's see, I'll show on screen. So we've got Sam Diaz. It's called Cobra the Legend, original short film. So go find that. I'm going to play through what looks to be an action sequence here in the middle. Yes. Oh, it's a giant snake. Oh! Content-aware Phil just like nodded solemnly to that. Just was like, yep, that's what you get. Oh! Exactly. I'm gonna pause it there. So yeah, we can't get through this whole 12-minute video here, but Ellie, initial impressions.
Why did the girl get pushed? What did we do? No, I'm kidding. This is amazing.
Ellie, I think that's one of those you don't have to outrun the bear, you just have to outrun your friend kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, she got pushed as well. Not even like she was the slowest one. She got pushed. Like I don't know how I feel about this, Sam.
Oh, I felt awful the second it happened, so I know how I feel. That's just rude.
I think my reaction was I laughed out loud, which just says a lot about me,
Oh.
doesn't it?
That's look at that.
Who's this from, Hashi?
That character building, Sam Diaz.
It's Sam.
So we
Oh, Sam is in the chat. Sam. Oh. We have some comments, buddy.
So we just need to know, was this, a personal reflection of an inner state, or is it character building for the jerk who pushes her so we can feel,
I love that. I think this is his family and cousins. If you read the description, which makes it even better.
That's lovely.
So he's definitely pushed like his sister or cousin.
Oh my gosh. So now I have to know.
He says he wants us to see the shot at 3:30 and says it's pretty bad too.
Okay. 3:30. All right.
I'll take care of this.
Whoa. Does he? Wait.
Okay, hang on. Listen. Sam.
Oh! Oh! Oh. This, I can see the joy of filming this. So, first of all, like, hats off to shooting an entire 12-minute virtual production. I mean, that, like,
Oh, holy cow.
the idea that this is something that can be handily done. Sam, do you let us know how long the post took on this? and also, yeah, what the production schedule was like, because for also,
I know you. Oh, he says there's bloopers at the end. Sam, I know you said that you're gonna get torn apart, but you've got a lot of things that you're doing right here. Like everyone's got the right eye lines. Like you know who's looking at who and who's doing what, which is not easy to do in a virtual production like this. I mean, yeah, there are, of course, it's not, Marvel quality cinema stuff, but you are doing a lot of things right. Like people are looking in the right places. You've got the scale of a lot of things is right, and not this shot necessarily.
For just a second, I thought it was
it's great.
It's probably a prop that makes sense to the short, but right here, I thought it was just a beer bottle that he just had from like while filming, enjoying this, but.
I love to me the visual effects of this match the humor of the story,
mm-hmm.
and I think that's what's so great about it.
This is wonderful.
Oh yeah, I want to watch this whole thing with sound and just sit down with some popcorn. Sam says that they shot this in their apartment with a green screen. It took them 1.5 years in post, but the filming was all done in one day.
That is beautiful. Like the production taking a day and the post taking the next year is remarkable. Like, look at this. I mean, this is pure, beautiful home filmmaking. I love it.
This is the good stuff.
It is.
Oh, you did make some stuff hard for yourself with this unevenly lit, wrinkly green screen, man. I can't getting that clean of a key off of this kind of a green screen. You did some good work.
It is really wonderful. I'm going to switch to our next, but please do go check out this full film. It does seem like a lot of fun on Sam Diaz's YouTube channel right there. And in the meantime, let me just try to sort some things out for a second. Elly, if people are enjoying your commentary and feedback, where else could they find you to see some of the other types of content you produce, either for Maxon or any of your own stuff you'd like to share with people?
Yeah, so for the Maxon training team stuff, they can head over to the Maxon website, and we've got like an events page where they can see all the stuff that's going on. And as a team, we're doing stuff almost daily. So we have a certain series that happens on a Monday. At the moment, we're doing stuff in Redshift. And then on Wednesdays, we have if anyone's interested in rigging, so kind of like character animation and stuff like that, we have a rigging workshop going on every Wednesday as well. And then, Ask the Trainer, YouTube Lives, Max on Color, does a color boot camp, as well as this lovely VFX and Chill on Fridays. And then for me, any personal stuff, I've got like an Instagram, which is It Was Elly, and people can, drop me messages on there. I do a couple of little tips, as well as posting just some random work that I occasionally have the time to do amongst all these sessions.
I love that. So yeah, I'll pull up this page too if I can display it. So please, yeah, follow Elly here on Instagram at It Was Elly. Some cool work. I'll just scroll through sampling. You're a legit artist, which is always humbling I wouldn't say that. Not after looking at all these people's amazing work.
But
also, how many of them were asked by Apple to come, shine up their product launch? So very, very
Seth,
cool.
Go up and play that Peel one. I want to see the Peel one in motion.
Wait, which one?
Or Seth, Hashi. Oh yeah, that one right there. I want to see that one move. It looks cool.
Yeah, so a lot of this is stuff that we do on like the sessions, and so I like to post it as a preview for people to know the kind of stuff we're going to be making. So this was for C4D Lite, which was it's for free in After Effects, and so I wanted to try and make just like some fun little animations in like the limited light version, and you can get some pretty cool stuff.
So
if someone has a CC subscription, they have Cinema 4D Lite included for free, and they can make cool stuff like that if they follow your training.
Yeah. So that was I remember January's sessions, and these are all on the Maxon Training Team YouTube channel as well. So we record pretty much all of our sessions and just like throw them on there in playlists. So people can always check that stuff out. Or yeah, just drop me a message and ask how to do something. I'm pretty active on Instagram and more than happy to do a quick recording and ping it over.
That's amazing. So you hear that, everyone? You can get more of Elly both on the Maxon Training team's array of webinars and tutorial videos, and find and interact with her on Instagram. Is awesome. We've got some more of these. I want to honor the people who've sent in stuff, and also Elly, please let us know if as your time runs
Yeah,
up.
I may have to jump in. I've got about 7 minutes, so I'm
7 minutes. All right, so we're
get a couple more in because this is so much fun.
Right.
I don't want to leave.
All right, so marathon we have from. I'm just gonna do it this way. Let's see. From Jayanth on the YouTubes. We've got. It's called Face Holograms. Let me see if
and it's unlisted.
It's unlisted, so we can see it. So it's a world premiere for people who don't have this link. Dude.
List it.
List it.
List it.
It's got
It's a
some. It's
solid
got a
track.
dope, like some great music behind it too.
So here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people do glows on daylight footage like this, and they look atrocious. Like I've seen a ton of people doing this kind of thing, and the interface elements look awful. This looks great. Like the color and the way it blends into the video, it looks fine. Like it looks great compared to
It really does. Yeah, Michael's pointing out a thing that we've probably described as the lightsaber problem on this show before, which is adding like HUD elements or holograms or anything like that to footage that is on the bright side of things is very difficult to do. And I can't tell in the background. Is there some light shadowing around them first and then?
My only objection is the one over top of the head is a little too dark. The rest of it on the sides looks great.
Exactly. So like if you were to
I'd love to know
add...
if he created these as well, the different kind of animated hologram elements.
Oh yes, yeah, Jayanth, if you're watching, let us know in the chat if these are elements that you are comping in, or if these are elements that you built as well. And
well, regardless, solid tracking and decent job getting it to mesh in with the bright background.
Really wonderful. And then
Definitely list it.
oops. Oh. I was looking for Omar the Citrus on Instagram, and I can't access it from here. So I'm going to go to his YouTube. To their YouTube page. We've got Citrus. Wait, this one's called VFX and Chill Running Through Space Tunnel.
Oh, this is uploaded special for us. Let's do it.
I love it. All right, so let's check it out. I'll turn on that. Oh.
Color matched right. Got some very believable glows happening around the body, whether it's bright.
That is
That looks good.
incredible. Wonderful.
Like,
Wonderfully done.
This is music. Yeah, this is music video level stuff. Like this would, like, if you put this in a music video back in 2010, it'd blow people's minds.
It would. This is great. Oh, and in the description, greetings, Father Hashi and Senpai Seth. Sorry for the horrible compression. Nothing I could do about it. I love it. It looks wonderful. And yes, compression can be the enemy of many things like this. So, but we appreciate the effort. Let me we still got stuff going in the background here. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I can't get through to some of my friends who sent in Instagram links. I don't know why that is. All right, here we have Pluck59 on Instagram. And these are some visual effects for a Toyota commercial. Let me see if I can...
Holy cow.
Oops, didn't mean to cycle through this so fast. All right,
Look at that.
Struggle here with a 1:1 ratio there. Wow, that is a tracking nightmare.
All those individual lights at the top.
Oh,
That's
this is so. Oh, someone did a lot of work. Oh my gosh.
if there's one type of thing that I would not want to track if given the chance, it is fast, handheld, bumpy, shaking footage with the atmosphere in it already to begin with.
Yeah, it already has atmosphere. It's low contrast.
Like usually I would hope you would either, first of all, it would be a CG car in most cases these days. So you could just add it as a layer, and then second of all, you would maybe film it where there wasn't so much dust, so you could add that in post and have some control and better tracking. But gosh, as we can see in these before and afters, you're getting right in there, and even proper. Look at oh, my mouse isn't on screen, but there's the directionality of the lights is proper too.
Yeah, it feels like almost like they're using an IES light to do it, because it's got like beams and stuff in it in a much more realistic way than just throwing a cone of light.
That is some really, really solid work. All right, and
It looks beautiful.
and next up we have
Because you can.
yes. Sorry, I'm rolling through so we can get through all of our wonderful submissions. We have VFX.
This is very Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, very nice. So this is from Akash Rahila. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that exactly right. Cyber City. I love the tracking on the background elements. Some of these elements are really successful. I especially like the ones that have a bit of transparency in them. Let me see if I can make it so it can actually show my mouse on screen here. And
Careful, we're gonna get copyright striked for the Indiana Jones theme.
So I love wherever there was some transparency and you can see more of the building behind, I think that really works nicely. Yeah. This element back here and these, I think that these two bits on this building are a little bit too opaque for me to believe them. I think you could do a couple things like setting the blending mode of this, start it with a screen and then maybe have a duplicate one behind it with either overlay or multiply, but you turn that one way down so you're still seeing some of your building.
Yeah, and I don't think the fire video clip playing on top really fits the aesthetic either.
Mm-hmm. Because it.
One thing I was going to say as well about the car,
like the car
is I think it needs to be lit less.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's away from the buildings, and if you think it's like maybe semi-nighttime, sort of like a dusk sort of scene, and so I think it's lit like it's day. So I think it just needs to kind of like because it's over the water and away from the buildings, away from the lights. I think it just needs to be a little bit maybe like darker.
I knew there was something I didn't like about it, and you perfectly nailed it, Ellie. That is exactly what it is. That should be rim lit at best.
Yeah,
love that.
But incredible work
so
still,
smart,
and love those. So smart. I'm really not.
All right, and next up, let me see. I'm going to turn this down. Okay, so this is a whole visual effects show reel.
Ooh, upside down.
All right, let me pause and just first of all, this is coming from Band's version on YouTube. Whoops. Trying to zoom in.
Visual effects from music videos they shot in 2021.
All right, let's check out the lot. And oh, there's a really subtle bullet time thing going on there. I can almost not see it at this scale.
That's good.
Oh, that's another. I love that they are embracing an aesthetic for these. See, this one is more, in the realm of, I would argue more photoreal, or like could be realistic, but a lot of the rest have stylized elements that aren't, I think, pretending to be realistic. We've got our light rays, the opposite of our point zooms. Ooh, and a slow reveal of oh, that's cool. Is it going to blow up? Was it not there? Are we adding? We're adding foreground. Wait, what? Ooh, I loves me a good dissolve shot.
A little Thanos.
Look
shot.
at the difference between just the pre and the post on that car shot is remarkable to me, because even the color grading really brings out the contrast in the window, the way you would be so underexposed in a car, that I like that. They went with the proper black levels there. Ooh. It's the scale was a little, might have betrayed it. Oh, look at that. Yeah. See, that's what you do when if you can't get a prison bus, you rent a fun bus and paint over it. Not unlike the Joker in.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh wow.
Yes. Oh, matching scales, matching the camera move for the scales like
Wait
that.
a second.
Yeah.
This
one is great.
That is some tricky work there. This is incredible.
Just the contact shadows on the bottom of that one shot weren't good, but like weren't as good as the rest of the shot. But I love all of these. Ooh, not this one. They're too green.
Wait, let me go back to this. This one.
Yes, this shot
That
is
one, yeah.
so good.
The slight camera, that's so great.
It's so
Like,
good.
look at the levels of the character compared to nearby objects, and that's a really good way to make sure that you're blending something correctly. This too really nails the black level of proximate areas.
I really like this one.
So cool. Awesome reel in Ben's version. Ooh, next we've got
Another car
commercial. Whoopsie.
Someone needs to get banged. Oh, I like the glass plane breaking out. That was nice.
See, it just... This is just illustrating to me that the... Oh no, behind you. Oh.
Took his livelihood.
So, first of all,
I want to know the message.
lovely VFX. Second of all, am I learning that the car dealerships are just an unsafe place to hang out if you know a visual effect artist?
That like vending machine transform.
What?
And then the
Oh
car...
my gosh, I didn't catch that it was a transform.
Did you miss it?
I thought it just
it
like
looks
I thought it
amazing.
walked in from the side of frame. Look. Oh my god.
That's so good.
That is beautiful. And look at the reflection pass and everything like that for this. That's good attention to detail. This is also right in the realm of like that robot is a cool gag, and like the other character that gets interacted with in the spot and it looks, I think, the best among the visual effects. And Eric de Aguila, hello, you're in the chat. This is amazing. So I love that a lot of attention has been put on to the robot, and there's a ton of other stuff going on to create this atmosphere.
Yeah, when the glass shatters.
The
as
glass
well.
shattering is real good. But like, and they put like they put shadow, they put lighting, they put like it's all, you know, over the top because it's an over the top car commercial, and I'm on board for it.
The murder hornets that he shoots at. That is
This commercial is just fun. It's just
fun.
so much fun.
Commercials are wonderful. All right, let's see what else we've got here in the.
I might have to jump off.
Oh my gosh.
now.
Oh, Ellie, there's one more I wanted you to see. But
Oh,
you
go
gotta
on,
go.
go on.
You gotta go.
No, go on. What's the one? Is it this
But
one?
Hashi's in control.
Oh,
I don't know what
all
he's
right.
putting up.
So
Yes.
wow, that is
I figured you'd like a little bit of magic to send you out.
a lot of tracking.
It's like seriously, a tracking nightmare because those are moving fast.
Yeah.
Gosh,
And look how the particle movement like matches the speed of it. It's so
Whoopsie.
cool.
Go back,
Don't-
go back.
Bad.
That is a tremendous amount of work. And Ellie, we have had a magical time with you joining us for this exciting edition of VFX and Grill.
It has been so much fun. Like, it's been so great seeing everyone's work as well. Like, I'm genuinely in awe. Like, please teach me.
Oh, this is incredible.
This stuff is so cool.
Yes, please find and follow Ellie, and also come check out everything she does at Max on Training Team. It is really worth your while if you want to learn more about visual effects, compositing, like legitimate, using Cinema 4D and rendering things in Redshift. Type in her name and Cinema or Redshift and receive a deluge of amazing knowledge. Thank you so much, Ellie.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully I can come on again.
That sounds great. And here, watch this cool trick that Ellie knows how to do. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Incredible.
Bye, guys.
Oh my God. I can still hear.
All right, I do want to talk about this shot,
Okay.
though, because first of all, obviously tracking. Oh, hey, we got the artist in the chat.
We do.
Yes,
All
there's
right.
a lot of tracking. Yeah, we
First
can.
of all, I'm
we
just
can
gonna
tell.
like.
Scoot over.
There we go.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
There, I felt awkward. Yeah.
It's nice to have you right here.
How you doing, man?
Right here,
Let's
right
get
here
to- Great, right
Oh,
there.
Oh, thanks.
And yes, so let me play through this, and let me see if I can. I'm gonna slow it down here.
Yeah, because look at how the swirls, like when it's moving, there's motion from the drumstick. Magic wands. Like the particles move with it, as if they've got the same motion. Like it's full on believable that those particles are being generated by those sticks.
So
Like, it's just great.
So are these little LED wands that are creating that interactive lighting on the couch? Because I didn't notice it until just now, but clearly a big element of this working is what looks like interactive lighting on the couch. Or is it a post effect?
Because it's but I don't know, because all I know is that it's not being generated just by them, because it was there when the stick wasn't by it, and it faded away when the particles faded away. Oh my gosh, is it Daniele? You've got to tell us how you did that lighting on the couch. Like, I didn't really notice it either, except that there was some. I think it's just a light. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
Danielle, VFX
it happens
artist.
when the particles are there and the sticks aren't.
So it
What
could be a mat being pulled, but like, to me, it's an insanely good compositing trick. Like when this comes down right here, that was the moment that made me feel like that looks like what a bright LED would look like. They're just normal drumsticks. Dang it. Okay.
So good. Listen, folks, that attention to detail with that interactive lighting. How'd you make that interactive lighting?
Because look, it lights up the like folds of the couch.
I'm guessing you just need to get that set up once because I don't think there's real camera movement. I think that's fake camera movement. So you just have to do the.
I
So you just need a still shot of the couch.
I think that's
with
real
lighting in
No, I
certain
think that's real
areas.
camera movement. I think
You think?
that there is a value on the couch that Daniel can pull pretty well as a mask, or he had to roto out the character with Roto Brush 2 or something like that. But I think that, let's see, at the end when he throws the sticks up in the air, let me see here. I think there's a moment where we see the couch probably as it looked the whole time.
Yes.
So probably, gosh, I still don't know if that would have been.
It's a trick with CC plastic.
It is? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's
so good.
ingenious.
Because it looks like a dumb shot until you realize all this, like, it's just somebody.
Well, like
goofing
it
off
looks
and they added
believable.
particles.
Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
you know the particles are fake, but all of the other stuff that was happening was incredible.
Oh, and it is real. It is real camera movement too. Oh my gosh, you gave yourself so much hard work to do.
So well done.
Like the
All right.
movement of the movement of the particles. I can't get over how good those looked. That was so good. Sorry. Go ahead.
So great. I'm just looking for wait, where did we? Oh, they were in prep. Oh my gosh, where did I leave off? Blah 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 blah.
I want to do this. I want to do that Super Bowl commercial, but I can't find which part I put that in.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna do our best, everyone. We have about 20 more minutes, and we got a whole lot of submissions right at the end here. So, I'm doing my very best to sort through this list. Oh my gosh, Michael, this is so many submissions.
I know. Listen, I know.
My goodness. But we are going to do this as a regular bit on the show, and I'll probably have Seth produce it so it goes smoothly. And then it will be wonderful. Let's see. Let me see if I can load up. Okay, real quick, let's load up. We have from DL Watson, we have this super takeoff using, I'm imagining, the Red Giant Super Comp VFX suite. Oh, look at that.
Oh, love that. Anytime a super bright element on screen lights up schmutz on the lens in a VFX shot, it makes me so happy.
Me too. So,
It's just such a nice little kiss of do it again.
Wait, let's see, how do we... Oh yeah, YouTube and Instagram and the video files that I have downloaded all want to go to different places in screen, so apologize everyone. But yeah, look at this. The schmutz, so good. That is an incredible job. And it looks like the schmutz blurs elements, which is the proper way that schmutz should work, which is so cool. Because there was a whole 5 years of visual effects that knew you needed schmutz like this, but didn't have the super comp trick of being able to blur behind them to properly do what stuff on the lens would be doing to the lighting. So insane job, great job there. And what do we got?
I linked the one to you that I wanted to make sure we covered.
Excellent. I will pull that up right now.
From Hannel Bros Studios, who, hey, are in the chat as well.
Awesome. All right, let's click on this one and... All right, let me turn this on. Okay. Here we go. Let's, I'll turn up the audio for a second, then we'll get some echo. Whoops. Oh.
What kind of project you working on?
A robot first aid kit.
Are you seeing this? What'd you expect? West Texas, man.
Hardware acquired. Departing official.
Infinity Steel now.
Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. That is. I was expecting this to like go hard, like the way like everything else, every other building we've seen has been blown up, and so I was really excited that after this thunderous entrance, we were led to just a very subtle like character moving about.
It's just how he walks. It's just how I see a lot of I see what looks like some universe HUD elements in here.
That is great. I hate anytime I need to do some kind of a HUD. Because like I know what it's gonna kind of look like, and I know I'm just gonna like rip off something Perception did or whatever. but coming up with your own for this can be greatly aided by the HUD components that come with
Universe HUD components make just throwing stuff on screen that looks UI a lot easier than having to mess with it yourself.
Now,
this shot is just that robot is 100% there. Like there's no question.
This like also I love that the framing device here, like this divider, is so evocative of all of the colors in the robot. So he's just like an extension of the amount of hardware that is in here, which both speaks to like color matching. If you're going to do it, this shot has a phenomenal reference for colors and tones that are going to be in this robot to be composited in there. Now, how was this animation for the character done? Is it stock animation or was this custom? That even looks.
They didn't say, but they did say it took them They had only had 20 days to shoot this, edit it, and get it out. And this was for a local Super Bowl commercial. So they played it on the Super Bowl on their local TV channel.
Because that browsing walk is really great with the head turn and everything like that.
Oh yeah,
like, so natural.
Everything about this robot, 100%. When he's in the store, 100% feels like he's in the shot.
Mixamo, excellent,
nice.
Great use of Mixamo.
Oh yeah, it looks like when the robot is in the store, like once he walks through the door, he looks 100% like he's there. The shadow on the wall is good. His colors, like Hashi said, matches. Like, and just the way it's framed, like that shot fine, but the shot when he's just like peeking over the aisle is just it's just so like, naturally like clearly there's a robot there.
Yeah, there's a human here. There's the in focus store element and the robot just hanging out there with like the perfectly matched lighting there. That is wonderful.
Huge fan of this spot.
Let's see. My one quick critique right at the beginning is if
that was mine too. Yeah.
If you ever do camera shake, once you've done a pass on camera shake, go through and like turn it down to like a third of what you think it needs. If it's ever going to be featured, that little extra bit of camera shake right there, and maybe there was a sound component that accompanied the second one, but it felt a little bit too unmotivated to me. But it is a minor note in this. Otherwise, how great, how it transitions from action movie or invasion or something to just like this shot is such like a boring shot of somebody shopping, but it's hilarious because it's a robot at a.
I know who's come out from outer space, and I also like just from a script writing standpoint, like the one guy being like, "Are you seeing this?" And one guy be like, it's just
like,
it's
what
funny.
Do you expect? It's good. I feel like that's like the success of the Muppets and a handful of other types